Emma.
Hello, I'm Emma Spurgin Hussey. I'm an actor, writer, director, and I do quite a lot of voiceovers and audiobooks and things like that. And I've been doing this for a few years now, and I really like reading scripts. It's always very interesting. Rory, you better go next.
Hello, I'm Rory Wilton. I'm represented by Teresa, Filmcast Cornwall Southwest. I'm a film, television, stage, radio and voiceover artist, and I've been doing this for a very, very long time, nearly 30 years. Thank you very much. Nick.
Hi there. Excuse me. My name's Nick Goundry. I have a long years of experience as a film and TV journalist, and I have a background in location filming consultancy as well. Angela?
My name's Angela Elliott. I'm a screenwriter. I've been doing it for about 35 years, starting in documentaries, moving into film and TV. And I'm also a novelist, and love doing this and helping scriptwriters out. John.
Good evening. My name's John Michael Foulger. I'm represented by Mary Liz Management. I'm an actor known for film, television, stage, and commercials. Thank you. Ian.
Hello, I'm Ian Laing, a Scottish actor, voice artist, and I focus on screen opportunities. Thank you.
So thanks, guys. We are reading Shiksas for Practice by Benjamin Austin. On black. Le hadodi, le krakala, pene shabat, ne kabela. Internal Hillel. Night. 20 college students pray in a small and dinky room. Lech Hadodi continues in the background. Danny Green, 21, the only one wearing a Hawaiian shirt in January, stares into space, lost in thought. He's beyond bored. As one, everyone around him stands, faces the back and bows. Slower on the uptick, Danny jumps up and bows after them. Interior Hillel later, the rabbi, early 30s with a stylish beard and glasses, steps up to the lectern.
Parshat Shemot. What is it really about? And more importantly, what lesson can we take away for college?
Collective groan. Danny puts his head down. Interior Johnny's night. A grim and dingy bar packed with students. There's an auteur movie playing on the back wall. Danny stands next to Nicole, 22. She's wearing a leather jacket.
I'm not saying you support child labour if you wear their clothing. All I'm saying is that part of mindfulness is thinking about what you wear.
Next to him, Maggie, 21, hanging onto his arm, leans in.
She downloaded Headspace yesterday.
Kyle, 22, Nicole's backward hat-wearing boyfriend, takes a closer look.
Isn't that jacket leather?
God, Kyle, I'm a vegan, not a fucking monk. I have to go to the bathroom.
Maggie and Nicole storm off.
Girls, am I right?
Who the fuck are you?
Danny. I've been talking to you guys for like 20 minutes.
Don't you have some friends or someone looking for you?
They were busy.
It's a Friday night.
Oh, come on, man. Be cool. I'm just talking to Maggie.
Beat it. My buddy's already got dibs.
Oh, well, in that case.
Kyle steps closer and flicks Danny's Hebrew necklace.
Go back to Israel.
Kyle waves goodbye.
Shalom.
Danny takes a second and decides to walk away. He stops and turns.
It also means hello, that old shitler.
Interior Johnny's later. Danny stands at the bar talking to Carly, 24, cute.
I'm Danny.
I'm Carly Epstein, born November the 2nd, 1998. I live at 443 Sumner Avenue, Oceanside, New York, 11510. I'm a Scorpio.
I'm not a cop.
Carly lets out a deep breath.
I'm not 24. This isn't even real. Does this even look like me?
Carly holds up her sisters, roommates, neighbours, sorority sisters, fake. It does not. Interior Johnny's dance floor night, dancing Nadia Darwish, 20, Arab and better dressed than everyone in the bar, is just a blur of colour. A generic Chadley, 20, a Greek life god, approaches.
That looks tiring. Do you need a rest? I know a nice bed.
He gives a thumbs up to a flock of yellow Bradleys. Did you actually think that was going to work? Chadley flexes through his shirt. Nadia walks away to the bar. Interior Johnny's bar night, Danny, an empty glass in hand, makes his way to the front.
Yeah, I'm working on my master's in postmodern ceramics. You could say I'm killing it.
Interior Johnny's bar night, Danny gets to the bar just as Nadia does. Jack and Coke. No Jack, please. It's on that guy. The bartender laughs. Nadia notices Danny. And whatever he wants.
Oh, thanks. Beer's good.
You guys want a tip?
Chadley's a big spender.
Oh, I'm Danny, by the way.
What?
Danny.
Nadia still can't hear. Danny leans in closer as the song abruptly ends.
Danny.
Silence. The next song, a quieter song, begins. Hi, Danny. I'm Nadia.
So what do you do? So what did he do to you?
Overly aggressive introduction.
Let me reintroduce myself. Hi, I'm Danny.
And a misogynistic pickup line.
Noted. Not going to make that mistake too. So what's a girl like you doing in a place like this?
Really?
I meant your major.
Sure. I'm majoring in neuroscience with a minor in fashion. Nadia does a little twirl, showing off her outfit. Danny wolf whistles. Please, you're too kind.
Quick, give me a fashion tip.
Nadia looks Danny over. Try slicking your hair back?
Actually, that's not fashion.
You're already dressed better than 90% of the guys here. Now it's just about small changes to see what works.
Thanks, I think.
It's a compliment. What about you?
English major. Really?
Sorry, it's a reflex.
Last time I accepted a free drink from a random person.
I feel like I gave you a fashion tip. Now you owe me an English thing. A poem?
I can do a poem. Okay. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm wildly attracted to you.
That's so corny. Does it ever work?
To be honest, you're the first person that has asked me for a poem.
Well, I was not disappointed.
Can I get your next drink?
Interior Johnny's booth night. The table has a bunch of empty drinking glasses on it, but the conversation still feels fresh. So are you ever going to ask me to dance, or?
I would, but I'm not really much of a dancer. I've got WGDS.
Carry on, John.
Sorry, I was waiting for white guy dancing syndrome. It's when only the top or bottom half can dance at once. A pre-med student like you should know of it.
Bullshit.
It's real. I've got extra time for it. That and ADHD.
Anxiety.
Join the club.
Now that you mentioned WGDS, I do remember it from class, but I can't seem to remember the symptoms. Would you mind showing me? For science's sake? Danny smiles, stands up, pumps his hands in the air. Below the waist, he's still. He switches it up. His top half stays still. He's just normally holding a beer. His legs bounce to the rhythm of music. Nadia laughs.
It's a medical condition.
Lucky for you, I'm a professional. Nadia grabs his hands and leads him to the dance floor. They dance. Nadia taking it slow on him. More accurately, Nadia dances. Someone should probably put a wallet in Danny's mouth. He looks like one of those guys outside a car wash. They awkwardly dance next to each other, but it's kind of sweet. Interior Johnny's dance floor later. Danny and Nadia still dance with each other. A different song plays. Hey, it's getting late, but we should definitely exchange Instas or something.
For sure.
Perfect. I've got to go to the bathroom first, though. I'll be right back. Nadia kisses Danny before going. Danny stands there, happy, surrounded by people talking, dancing, singing. Shot note, this will be set up similarly to Danny in Shul earlier, but this is more lively and he's happy. The lights flicker on and off, closing time, hit the road, Jack, get the fuck out, etc. plays. Danny looks at the bathroom, brow furrowed in worry. Everyone's leaving, but Nadia's still not back.
Hey, bud, everyone's got to leave.
I'm just waiting for somebody.
Everyone out. Come on, I need to lock up.
Come on, man. I'm just 1 more minute.
The bartender makes the music louder. Exterior Johnny's night. It's cold out. Danny's hands are shoved in his pockets. His shoulders are hunched.
At least leave me a shoe or something.
On black. Yes, Baba, I did namaz, even Fajr. Interior Nadia's bedroom day. Nadia prowls around her room on the phone with her dad. She glances in the corner where her sajada prayer mat is shoved under her bed, a nice layer of dust on top. She looks in the mirror and tugs at her clothing. It's not as fun as her stuff from the bar, achromatic and much more modest. I know, thank you, yes. Only, Baba, I just wanted to call and say hi. I know. Okay, Baba, I have to go. Fatty and Zara need help. Nadia hangs up, and as she does so, we see a notification, call Baba, 19 years since silence. She picks up a hijab and, with years of experience, deftly wraps it. Interior, Nadia's apartment, living room, morning. Zara Salam, 21, lithe and with a permanent expression of one who just stepped in shit, sips coffee on the couch. She's fully dressed in a hijab, long-sleeve shirt and skirt. Next to her, eating cereal and staring transfixed at Bachelor reruns on TV, is Fatma Hamid, 20, cute, bubbly, and still in pajamas.
Are you sure there wasn't anything more mindless on?
You don't have to watch if you don't want to, Zara.
It's crap.
Happy?
Now we'll never know what happened to Kegley. See, that's Kegley with 2 G's.
Fatma plays a Bachelor recap podcast, cutting off Zara as Nadia walks through.
Look who's finally up.
It's 9.
Salah was hours ago.
Like you say, all 5.
Chalas.
Nadia grabs a glass of orange juice, takes a sip and sprays it all over the table.
Stop drinking it after brushing your teeth. It's wasteful.
I'm in a rush. Do you want me to eat? Do you want me not to eat? Should I just starve?
Don't take my granola bars.
Never. She takes a granola bar from the pantry.
You can take one of mine.
Nadia looks and sees a box of Rice Krispie treats.
You eat like a toddler.
You're mean before you get your coffee.
You can put back on your show.
Catch you on the flippity flop.
Did she just say?
Just watch your show, Fatty.
I thought we talked about alternative nicknames for Fatma.
Exterior quad day, green trees and Gothic buildings. Horny 20-somethings rush between classes, killing time until they can once again drink, smoke and fuck. Nadia walks with Zara and Fatma past 2 girls sitting on the grass, sunbathing in bikini tops.
I don't get how they can just walk around like that.
Nadia can't look away from the girls' clothing.
It's shameful, right?
From the other direction, Danny exits the building and walks towards them. As he draws nearer, we see he's wearing a yarmulke.
Yes, shameful.
Haram. Zara nods, satisfied. Danny perks up at Nadia's voice and catches her eye. Their eyes widen as they catch each other in their respective religious bubbles. Shit.
Nadia, are you okay?
Nadia snaps back to reality. What's she talking about?
You looked like you couldn't breathe and then stared at that Jew for like 3 seconds.
I don't think you can call them that anymore.
She didn't say the Jew.
Yeah, it was like totally clean.
Whatever.
What? So why do you stare at him? Does Nadia have a Jew daddy?
God forbid in Arabic.
Yes, he was just in my Zoom class last year and I just never knew he was Jewish. Danny rips off his kippah as he walks past. Interior hallway day, Danny fumbles with his key as he opens the apartment door. Emma, would you like to do
Yeah.
this?
This 1983 Woody Allen film gave cinematographer Gordon Willis his first Academy Award nomination, even after shooting The Godfather.
Excuse me. I'm just about to. I just realised we're on page 14.
Yes.
So
We're
that's a
over
good
time.
thing, isn't it?
I thought you'd done a special deal for this one.
Oh,
Overtime rate.
well, we normally only do 10 pages, but clearly I was so engrossed in what was going to happen with these kids. That was a very good thing because we read on.
Absolutely.
So, okay, thoughts on this, Ian?
Yeah, I like the Nadia character. I like her a lot. I think she's got a lot to say for herself. I think you can see something in her is going forward. The old where and when, I'm assuming as we excuse me, as we read through its current America, but it needs to be put up there at the beginning. I don't know where it's going. I mean, it isn't. I mean, I think we did get caught up in it. I enjoyed what we were reading, but what is the story? Is it a romance of opposites? It's not new. That's not a new thing. So how are they going to make it different? What is the story? I'd like to have seen something a bit more interesting around that at the early part of the script, so that we could have some signposts of where it's going to go, something a bit different rather than just these guys. Because it's not really a hint of a story yet, is there? It's just two completely different people meeting, in a bar. We don't really have any idea what's going to happen, and I'd like to know a bit more about that.
Yeah. Okay, Nick.
Yeah, I agree with Ian in as much as there isn't a story at the moment, which might change. Well, presumably will change but it has to happen very quickly. But having said that, I think you've got. I mean, the story needs to come in a lot sooner. So, I mean, probably within the first 4 or 5 pages, I would say. I think there's quite considerably too much dialogue at the moment as well. And so you've got like a series of situations where people are kind of hanging out and meeting, and there's a suggestion of a kind of meet cute. Maybe that'll turn into a romance, but it's not. It needs to happen a lot sooner. And I think probably halve the dialogue, maybe even more than that. It feels like it's an early draft at the moment because tends to be where writers put a lot of dialogue when it's in an early draft. So, I mean, my advice at the moment would be to kind of figure out how you can tell this. Well, figure out what your story is first, and then maybe it comes in later on, in which case it needs to be brought forward a lot, and then figure out how you might be able to tell this story with less dialogue. Because if you're going to have a lot of dialogue, then it needs to be extremely snappy and witty. I mean, really, the only sort of dialogue-renowned screenwriters working these days are people like Tarantino and maybe Shane Black, if you know the Lethal Weapon movies from the 80s. But Aaron Sorkin a little bit as well. But even that's getting quite they get very passé very quickly. So, yeah, but I think the meat of the story, what these characters want and what's sitting in their way, and kind of what they want is the key thing that we need to know by this stage, and we don't have any of that information yet. So that's the thing to work on for the next draft, I think.
Oh, thank you. Emma.
Yeah, it's a feature, isn't it? I think.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we've got 110 pages. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I mean, there's a confidence about it, but it's very interesting because until you read out the name of the writer, Angela, I didn't know it because it wasn't on the on the script, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, I've been doing lots of research when I was reading it, so I was finding out lots of different things. But I think what is curious is I wonder who will make this, who will choose to work on it. I'm just thinking at the moment, it's quite an interesting amount of variety of lots of detail about things, explanation about the name of a prayer mat and things like that, and then some things which are just completely like I'm running off to Google and finding out what things mean. And I was just kind of curious. I mean, the timing is very interesting indeed. Yeah, it'd be useful to have some description of the characters other than just their costume. We get a lot of things about they've got a backwards hat, they've got a leather jacket, they've got a Hawaiian shirt, but there's a lot of that, but we don't know much more about them. I mean, we don't have to have their appearance, but it's nice to have something to, you know, go on. I'm just looking down, tall and good looking and things like that. Yeah, just what's useful for actors and directors, and people who are casting as well. Yeah, perhaps just give Carly's real age rather than her pretend age. I'm just I didn't get the wallet bit. I didn't get it when they were dancing, and Danny had his mouth hanging out like somebody was going to put a wallet in, like he was someone at a car wash. This might be a sort of you know, two countries divided by a common language, I'm not sure thing, but yeah, I just didn't really understand that. Can you dictate shots? On page 9, there's a shot which where it wasn't a suggestion, it was a kind of an instruction that says, shot note, this will be set up similarly to Danny in Shul earlier, but this is more lively and he's happy. And I'm just not sure quite how much you can, you know, be that specific. What else? I don't know what om means, O-M-M, when there's a message about the dad. I was curious about that. Bartender could have a name. It's always helpful to name the characters for actors. Yeah, how much world of the film info does a potential buyer or director need if they're not from either of these two worlds? And yeah, I suppose it's like, I suppose the question is always this sort of holy grail thing, isn't it, with any story? You know, what is it and who does it serve? It's like, I suppose they always say to you, why this and why now? And I suppose that's what I'm wondering at the moment. There is some fun. I think some of the characters have got a playfulness that might be, you know, might be interesting to observe. I don't know why what happened to Nadia when she disappeared, whether she just suddenly thought, oh God, I've got to phone my dad, or whether there's something brewing under that. But yeah, there's lots of questions at the moment. Yeah, and lots of quick characters coming and going. I don't know whether they're going to come back or not, or whether you're going to have lots of people coming on for a minute or two, a line or two, and then clearing off. So yeah, I'm curious. But yeah, right on, please, with a W. Yeah, that's sort of right.
I was the thing that struck me was at the moment we've got lots of characters set up and we've got lots of setting that atmosphere, but like everyone said, to sort of get on with the story, because at the moment we're kind of very patiently being fed all this information about all these lovely people and all this their cultural differences, but there's nothing happening so far. And as Ian said, you know, if we are looking at a romance through different cultures, what makes this different? I mean, apart from being very relevant today, but it's unlikely that this is going to get made today. It might get made in a couple of years' time, maybe once it's gone through further drafts and been formatted properly and bounced around umpteen studios. So yeah, I think, yeah, lots of really good notes from everybody, but those are my points. John.
Where to start? Yeah, as everybody else has raised, where and when, what is it about, how quick can you get to the story? I enjoy the characters, I like the interactions, but are they really relevant? What's a flock of fellow Bradleys? I don't understand that. I'm rather confused because I have absolutely no idea where this is going. As I say, I like the interaction between the characters, but I have no idea if it holds any relevance to the story because I have no idea what the story is. Apart from that, yeah.
Okay. So this ought to be West Side Story or Romeo and Juliet. In that, you know, community differences, heritage differences. That's what it's essentially, isn't it? It's these are kids constrained by their respective heritage, but you know, love conquers all. Is that kind of thing. I did a naughty thing while you were all talking. I jumped ahead to see where the beats were, you know, in the where the big hits were in the script to see, first of all, what happens at the end, and first of all, do we have a midpoint that you can grab hold of? Do we have an end of the beginning that you can kind of go, yeah, this is where it spins off into, you know, a lot of rising action and so. And on page 37, 38, if you jump forward, there is a massive 3 or 4 page sex scene, which, to tell you the honest truth, I would open with. I would open with them going at it and then cut to Danny in shul and her in her hijab. And then you go, oh my God, you know, this is never going to work. And then you roll forward with the story about maybe the kind of illicit nature of their relationship, and it's never going to work. And or is she trying to keep it secret from her friends, which we get a sense of, that she's kind of keeping something a little secret. You know, she fancies the Jewish guy, but you know, she can't tell her friends, you know, which is unusual because usually girls tell each other everything, you know. So I think there'd be a lot in it from that point. I didn't have enough time to look to see whether they stick together at the end or whether he accidentally kills himself with a phial of poison while Juliet lives. John.
Yeah, you need to drop a bit of reality into this. I mean, how could you have a sex scene that lasts like 4 or 5 minutes?
There's a good joke in this.
It's not reality.
But there's a good gag in it, and it's already in there in the line where she says, you've got 1 hour and 18 minutes. Come on, guy, that's a perfect line where he's saying, it's really not going to take that long. I mean,
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I know what you mean. But the other gag is 1 hour and 18 minutes could be the length of your movie.
Yes.
You know, so there's stuff you could do with it. But having said that, I did get caught up in the characters, and I do think there's some very nice little, you know, there's some nice characters in there. But I agree, you've got no idea about really what the story is, you know, other than beyond Danny and Nadia. Clearly they got something that we hope's gonna happen, but who knows? So yeah, thank you very much. Oh, that's not the right one to do.